let me be clear. If George Karlaftis fall to us, forget them wide receivers. What's good, people? It's your boy, Mr. Rome. Cowboys fan talk, right back like I never left. Happy Easter, y'all. How y'all feeling? You know what I'm saying? Appreciate y'all, man. I'm like 10 away from the 11,000. 10 subs away. I appreciate y'all, man. Thank you. Thank you, man. Y'all been running it up this last week. All the new subscribers, old subscribers, all the likes, shares, etc. I appreciate y'all, man. If it's your new time here, if it's your first time here, hit that sub button if you like the content. I appreciate you. Look, today is Easter, man. Today's Easter. It's about miracles, man. I don't know if you're religious or not. If not, I understand and respect that. But today is about miracles, man. And I was on the draft simulator doing my thing. And what I do on the draft simulator is I always turn up randomness. Not all the way max, but just turn it up some because the NFL draft is random. It's not just according to the big board. And if you leave the settings untouched, the same people fall the same places. It gets boring real quick. Turn the randomness up. Enjoy yourself. It gets real exciting. So, did 3 or 4 mocks. Looked up, and George Karlaftis fell to 24. I hit that button like it was real. I almost broke my phone. I was so excited. See, what y'all don't realize is this. I want a weapon. You know, I done made the video about George Pickens. Video on Treylon Burks coming at some point. Trey McBride. I want weapons. I ain't gonna lie. Even Jalen Tolbert. It's a bunch of weapons. It's just, you know, Jahan Dotson, Sky Moore, etc. It's hard. It's so many weapons. I want one. I do. But I'm a defensive person at heart, man. I played outside linebacker in high school, and DN, etc. And I got a special place in my heart for edges. And, you know, I love Micah Parsons. He's a beast, but he's our chess piece. We move him around, man. We can't leave him on just the edge so you can find a way to scheme against him. You got to keep people guessing with that. You know, Tank is a beast. He doesn't get enough respect as he deserves. But, you know, we lost Randy, and we didn't been down that road. We didn't talk that out, so I'm not really rehashing that. But there's a bunch of edges, of course, we will want in this draft. You know, I can name them all from Trayvon Walker, Thibodeau, you know, Aiden Hutchinson. The people that are amazing. They're at the top of the draft, though. Then there's some sort of in the middle, and there's Karlaftis, who's ranked on the PFF big board at 10. But, you know, in some mocks, he falls slightly, you know. And not too long ago, around April 6th, I think, ESPN, one of the insiders mocked Karlaftis to Dallas as if he'll be there. And there's a lot of mocks where he's around that realm. If George Karlaftis is there, you do not hesitate. You don't. He would bring more impact to this team than any guard on the board. I said it. No disrespect to Kenyon Green and his versatility playing all the positions across the board. No disrespect to Zion Johnson, guard expert extraordinaire. George Karlaftis is a professional edge. He anchors the edge. He's physical. He's big. He doesn't have the bend. He's like the diametrically opposed opposite of what we had in Randy Gregory. He's another tank, basically. He's a bulldozer. He would anchor that edge, be physical. He has technique. That's how he wins. He has the bull rush move. He's very strong, very top-heavy strong. You know, great with his hands, keeps people off of him, sets people up with pass rush moves and technique. Like, go watch the Voch Lombardi video on George Karlaftis. You'll love it. Or any of these videos. It's a lot of nuance to his game. It's not just speed off the edge, and it's not just bull rush. It's a lot of technique. It's also a lot of size. He could probably play inside if he wanted to. He can move up and down the line. He is a steal at 24. he would bring a small, and he feel like he's a person that he's a student of the game, so he would develop 100%. But you want to talk about anchoring that edge with great run stopping ability. That would give us both run stopping ability on both sides. Oh my God, you do not pass up on that. I don't care. I'm working on this video. Shout out to my boy Matt Owen, Professor O on Twitter. Y'all better be familiar. About why we don't need a guard. The process of, I'm trying to get these stats and stuff together. He even sending me a lot of stuff. Shout out to Professor O. But we don't necessarily need a guard. We are not a guard away. But I'll get into that. George Karlaftis would, I'm not saying make this defense. I already think our defense is top 10. It was top 10 last year. But it would anchor our defense with young talent, somebody that's going to be crucial. Somebody will take over what Tank does for us when Tank ain't here in 2 or 3 years. That's what Karlaftis would bring. 100%. You know what I'm saying? It's not that I don't think that Fowler's going to be decent or Armstrong or nothing like that. I feel like you get Karlaftis, you change the way people look at this defense because it gives us the other bookend edge, no question. Now the question is, he ain't going to be there. I know. And you turned up randomness, so that's how you got him. I did. But not so the system will give me Karlaftis just to get random people available. Because if you don't mess with the settings, you get the same people every time. It gets boring. You know what I'm saying? But he's been mocked to us by some insiders. And if you look on other draft simulators where he's ranked differently than the big board on PFF, he can get to Dallas. It's not impossible. I would say it's about 85% chance he don't make it there. But there's a good 15% to 10% chance he could be around there. And if Kenyon Green and Karlaftis is on the board, what's your choice? I'm taking Karlaftis. You're giving Micah Parsons another tool to make him better. Because if Karlaftis has to eat up the right tackle or the left tackle, cause a double team, every other dominant defensive lineman frees up Micah to do what he does, be an instrument of destruction. So you take Karlaftis, no question. Look at him. He a physical specimen. He looks like an animal. Straight up, no question. And the thing I like about him is he plays more with this than his physical attributes. It's not just because he's not the fastest. He's probably not the strongest. He's very strong, though. His technique is what wins. And that you can take to the bank. That is a professional edge or DN. It's not just I'm physically better than you, and then once my bag of tricks gets found out, I don't know where to go. So I want to know from y'all in the comments, would you take Karlaftis at 24? Am I tripping? Am I overhyping him? Yes, he's not Aiden Hutchinson. Some people say he's not Thibodeau. But some people have George Karlaftis top 3 or 4 edge or he's not Trayvon Walker, I get it. But some people say he's definitely a top 5 edge in the draft. And if we can go from losing Randy Gregory to getting a top 5 edge in the draft, I don't know how you pass on that. I don't. Now, there's another player I took second, Jalen Tolbert, that I'll talk to you guys about soon. But look, man, when Karlaftis is there, it's an Easter miracle. We can't pass up on him. I don't know, man. But y'all enjoy the rest of y'all Easter. That's just my thoughts. It's your boy, Mr. Rome. I holla.